Hey YouTube, it's xLyra again, and this time I'm going to do a deck profile on my main deck, Infernity. So, I might be doing I don't know, a segment on how many decks I have. I only have 3 or 4 at the moment, one's a concept. But this is my Infernity deck. If you guys want these more often, just tell me. I'm new to this thing, so. Anyway, let's just go right into it. So, Infernities are they've been around for a pretty long time. Since 2009, and, as you guys know, Infernity Barrier is getting reprinted, so I'm pretty sad about that. I have 3. Well, Infernities, they're a really synchrocentric deck, if you don't know. But, well, let's just get into the lineup, and I'll explain things as we go. So, let's just start with the monsters. Let's just take apart this sexy lineup here. These are the key cards, so I'll be discussing these later. But, let's just go into the monsters. I run 3 Infernity Archfiends, because Archfiend's a hella good card. Basically, he's a good top deck. He's your toolbox. He fuels everything. He's basically the wind-up factory, block whirlwind, anything. He's the searcher of the deck, so you don't need Sangin or anything. He searches out basically anything you need. I run 3 Infernity Necromancer. I'm just going to get my 3rd one. This card's really good as well. He's one of the key players of the deck, so 3 Archfiend, 3 Necromancer, 2 Infernity Mirage. So this is basically standard. These 8 monsters are almost always seen in every single Infernity deck. So that's that. So I only run 1 Infernity Avenger. A lot of people say, oh, you should run 2 or 3 because he's the only tuner in your deck, and you have like an extra deck full of synchros. Why don't you run more tuners? We'll go into that later. So I only run 1 Avenger. Okay, so that's all the monsters for now that are main. I'll save these for later. I run 2 Tour Guide from the Underworld because Tour Guide works really well with Infernity Necromancer. Given that Necromancer is a level 3 fiend, you can instantly just summon Tour Guide. If her effect goes through, just summon a Necromancer out of your deck, and then you don't have to draw it later. Go into any rank 3 you want. You can usually summon wind-up Zenmains for some form of defense. So Zenmains is really good. 3 more monsters. 1 Dark Gruffer, 1 Armageddon Knight. They both serve the purpose of just loading your graveyard. Simple. You usually don't want to run more than 1 of each because if you don't have any other monsters in your hand, this guy sucks. He's not too good in his own anyway. So 1 for 1, they're both really good. Lastly, I run 1 Stygian Street Patrol. His effect's just good because if you have a clogged hand and you need an extra normal summon, this guy basically is a double summon for free. He's easily dumped to the grave with these 2 cards. So there's that. Easily discarded in Infernities as well. On to the spells. Not a very spell-heavy deck. Only a handful. I think I only run like 8 or 9. Dark Hole, easy. Foolish Burial, good in any graveyard-based deck or any deck almost in that respect. Heavy Storm, simple. Same with Monster Reborn. 1 for 1 because this card can easily pull out Infernity Avenger or Infernity Mirage, so that's good. Reinforcement of the army, so you can get Dark Gruffer or Armageddon Knight. And 3 MST. I run a lot of back row hate because Infernities die to spells and traps. Anything that can kill your combos basically leave you defenseless, so 3 MSTs really helps there. On to the traps. Traps are the big meat of the deck. I run at least 15. 2 Bottomless. 1 Infernity Break because this is a good search off Archfiend and just removes anything. You can remove a spell trap. 2 Infernity Inferno. Infernity Inferno is really good in the fact that it just loads your grave and empties your hand at the same time. Double Mirror Force because you need all the defense you can in a deck like Infernities where they just go ham off their 1 play and until they get that they're basically helpless. So 2 Mirror Force is really helpful. Starlight Road. Starlight Road, I really hate this card when it's against me, but when you have it, it saves you so much. So you better run Starlight Road in almost any of your deck, unless you're running World Decree. But Starlight Road is a good card, saves me so many times, you don't need more than 1 copy. 2 T-Trib, simple, mass removal. 1 SJ, 2 warnings. Pretty hefty life point cost, but these save my life a lot as well. Lastly, key player. I have 3 actual Infernity barriers. Oh yeah, and I forgot. Infernity Launcher. Really good card. Basically, it was too good. They limited it, so I only have 1 copy. 3 Infernity barriers. Basically, extra solemn judgments. They negate anything. Effects, spells, and traps. And it's counter, so that's a good bonus. So, some combos you want to do, basically, the basic combos, you always need these 3 cards in your graveyard. Let me get this. Necromancer. These 3 cards in your graveyard. Basically, what you want to do is, if you have all 3 of these in your graveyard, and you have this in your hand, just normal summon it, activates effect while you have no cards in your hand. If you tribute it, you summon 2 Infernity in your grave. Usually, you always want to summon Necromancer, and depending on the situation, it's either Avenger or Archfiend. But, let's just say you summon Avenger, summon Archfiend. Archfiend's effect gives you any Infernity card, so choose Launcher and activate it. Then go for a Synchro Summon. Once you do that, they're all in the graveyard, you have a Synchro Monster. Use Launcher's effect, which is basically same as Mirage, send it to the graveyard, summon 2 Infernities. So just choose Necromancer. Let's choose Archfiend this time. Archfiend gets you another search. Usually you want add barrier and set that face down. Special summon, Avenger, go for another Synchro Summon. And that's 2 Synchro Monsters and then face down Infernity barrier. That's the basic combo, but it gets better with the, let's see my extra deck. I'll show you some more how to extend that combo. I play 1 Infernity Doom Dragon simply to meet the requirements of Infernity Barrier because you must control face-up attack mode. Infernity monster, so Doom Dragon gets the job done. You don't need more than 1. A lot of people run 2, I only run 1. Void Ogre Dragon. Basically a Shien. 200 Eyes Dragons. These basically act as extra copies of Infernity Mirage in the fact that they banish from any level 6 or lower dark, summon Mirage, then bam, this becomes Mirage. You can then summon your 3 monsters in your graveyard, get another Infernity Barrier from your deck because you summoned Archfiend again, and then summon another level 8 Synchro. Usually it could be another 100 Eyes, it could be one of these 2. It just expands your options, extends your combo, gives you more protection. 1 Miststorm because there are times when you want a level 9 Synchro, and since Trishula's banned, this is the next best option. 1 Scrap Dragon, because, well, Scrap Dragon's awesome. Stardust Dragon, not mostly because you want to summon it, but more because of Starlight Road. Black Rose Dragon, so you can nuke when things are bad. It is kind of hard to get to get a level 7 Synchro on the field. Most commonly, you want to use Infernity Necromancer, and 2 of those and an Avenger. That works. Ally of Justice Catastrophe, because he's awesome and level 5s are easy. Armory Arm. Armory Arm is a really good card, level 4, so that's Necromancer plus Avenger. 1800's okay, but its effect really shines. I run 5 XYZ monsters. Utopia. Simple, really. Maestro, because he's more defensive than Utopia. Number 17, just because he's a really easy tour guide, summon, and he's a beater, so what more can you ask for? He's a quick detach, too, so if you want Necromancer in the grave, that's easy. Leviathan the Sea Dragon, because he can summon Banish Mirage, because Mirage can't be summoned from the graveyard, but he can't be summoned by being banished. So what you can do is you can just summon Leviathan, and then bring back a Banished Mirage that you banish with 100 Eyes or Infernity Break. And wind up Zenmaines, because Zenmaines will save you if you have a shitty hand, or just, you're in a bad spot, just summon, okay, I summon Zenmaines. They'll be really hard pressed to get rid of it, unless they have cards like, I don't know, Black Ship of Corn, which is new, Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, I don't know who plays that anymore, but Zenmaines is really hard to get rid of, he's a good card. So yeah, that's my deck profile. If you want to see my side deck, I'll bring that out, so yeah, see that. So, side deck. I run 2 Raikou because Ryo basically kills this deck. And Raikou can fill your grave and work as spot removal. I run 2 Soul Taker for the exact same reason. Soul Taker is good because you can choose what you want to kill. And the 1,000 life point game makes them lose timing, or miss timing. Play 1 Compulse against those cards that are like unless you're playing like Inzectors or you need something chainable, Compulse is good, and it gets rid of like hard to destroy monsters like Ximinids. I'm looking for a second dimensional prison. I have one, so good card. I would main it if I had to. Play Tusk Tornado for now, but I am looking for Night Beams with the release of Mermails. Mermails get off having their spells and traps destroyed when they chain them, so I'm looking for Night Beams to counter those Abyss Spheres. I'm looking for a second Imperial Iron Wall because Imperial Iron Wall is really good against cards like heroes. It prevents macro from killing my deck, and since I really don't need banishing, but it helps, Imperial Iron Wall is a good choice as you don't have to have any of your cards that need to be in the graveyard like these three. They won't be removed from play, and this will kill prevent BLS, prevent Miracle Fusion. So it has a lot of uses. So I really like Imperial Iron Wall. 2 goes in match because every monster in my deck is dark, and I have a lot of dark monsters in my extra deck, so goes in match really works in my favor. It cuts off wind-ups, Dino Rabbits, and heroes, and I really like goes in match. This card's really good. Lastly, I run... Oh, where's my second one? I run 2 Soul Drains. There you go. Soul Drain's really good because it kills Mermails. Genex Undyne, just flip this card over. Say, okay, I pay 1,000 life points. You get your search, but your Atlantean effect doesn't go off. They don't get a search with Dragoons. They don't get a pop with Marksman. And basically, if you play Soul Drain, this kills Dark Worlds. It kills... It might not kill heroes. I know it kills Inzector. No, it doesn't. It doesn't even kill Inzectors. It kills Mermails for sure. It kills Chaos Dragons because it cuts off Light Pulsar. Soul Drain's a really versatile card. It doesn't kill my deck because everything basically activates on the field, except for maybe these 2 cards. But I don't lose a lot from Soul Drain, and it can really cripple your opponent's deck. Some other cards I've been looking into are Pod Duality and Threatening Roar. Threatening Roar, just because it's chainable, it's good against Inzectors. I find a lot of times that Infernities can give you pretty bad hands, just in the fact that if you don't draw a card that empties your hand quickly, you'll be left pretty clogged up with a bad hand. So if you're looking for more of your combo pieces, Pod Duality is a good choice. Because you don't really special summon, this is a really special summon heavy deck. They can special summon up to 14 times a turn. If you're not careful, they have max C. But Pod Duality, you don't really need a special summon until you get all your combo pieces, and as a first turn play, Duality can be good in getting you some of the cards you don't have, like Launcher, Inferno, stuff like that, so Duality is a good choice if you need more of those combo pieces. Alright, so I might do a combo video if you guys want to see more of the Infernity combos, but this is basically, that's it for my Infernity deck. Give me any, if you have any things or you want to tell me how to improve it, tell me in the comment section below. Tell me what I can improve. I'm really new to this thing, so help me out. Thanks a bunch. Bye.